it twisted.
You said people don't take time, like,
to discuss the basic stuff like why are we together? What are we trying to achieve? What's the purpose? You see?
right? Those things are
basic
important.
Stuff. Yeah, that's basic stuff. You know, first of all, women and men have a very bad habit of calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend. Sit down, man. See, boyfriend and a girlfriend. But when they're both over age 21, that alone is got it twisted. See, because he's over 21, he's a man friend, and she's a lady friend. Call them girlfriend, man, that's an insult. But they still do that because they're not thinking.
Yeah, it's more so that's their mindset. They are thinking, they're just thinking in that type of, that frequency and that level of boyfriend-girlfriend mentality.
Which is crazy.
And what does that represent? Boyfriend-girlfriend mentality.
Nothing.
At that age, or like at that, supposed to be like a maturity level.
Right. They're not thinking like adults. Just by accepting the young lady as, oh man, this is my girlfriend. I'm going, what? I went through this stuff with several of my man friends. Man, she's 35, and girlfriend, man, you're crazy. I mean, this is real, man.
Yeah.
We're veterans, you know, talking crazy like this, man. That's your lady friend. So man, now think about it. She's 35, not 17. 35, she's an adult, man. That's your lady friend.
Right.
You know what's better, man? You're right. No kid. Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In the past, when guys would approach me and they would ask me if they were interested, they would ask me like, oh, you know, do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
And then I would be like, no, I don't have a boyfriend. I don't do boyfriends.
And they're shocked.
And then
they're shocked.
They got shocked. Yeah, and then one of them, he was like, what? So do you got a girlfriend? And I was like, yeah. See, it went right over his head. But that immediately showed me where they're at, where their mentality is, and so I won't waste my time.
No, you can't, man. You see, it's like
you can't ignore the signals, and you can't ignore the energy and the things that people say to you, because the things that people say to you and the way that they say it, it shows where they're vibrating at, what they're thinking, you know, like what belief systems they have and stuff like that. So, and it's not to shame or blame them. I don't shame and blame people who operate that way, or it's levels to it, and it's levels of maturity, and we all are exposed to each other in that way to know what we want and what we don't want, learn what we need and what we don't need. And
that's true.
And I feel like a lot of people just don't know what they want and what they need, or if they do, they're not openly, honestly expressing it to each other when they first meet and be real to each other. Like how you said, when you first meet with each other and you're dating or getting to express and know one another.
Right, man.
You know, Uncle Leroy, why are we together?
What's the purpose, man? Really, what are we trying to achieve? You gotta have goals, you know, like we're just coffee buddies.
Right.
You know, coffee buddies, or we jog on the beach.
Right.
You gotta have a foundation to work from, man. Something.
Yeah. We have to direct the energy.
You have to, you know, but sit there.
Otherwise, that's why it ends up in a situationship, quote unquote, because there's no one's direct.
Situation. You went past an obstacle, a problem, situation. Then you gotta do something that you don't like doing. See, and don't like doing that because.
It wasn't clear at first from the beginning.
Man, you gotta be. Your time is your best asset. God and time. God and time. See, really. God and time, man. You always be ahead. Always, no matter what it is, man.
May you explain that? How so?
Okay, now we have 9 not problem, first of all, obstacles, whatever it is. Okay, not like this morning. See, get arranged to be a certain time. Now, I prayed, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, better. She's facing obstacles. See? He's facing a spiritual warfare. See, God told me. He said, be patient, man. You see, God done told me. I asked him. I prayed. Every morning he said, no. She's facing obstacles. Spiritual warfare. Just pray for her to get there safely. And he showed up.
Thank you, Uncle Leroy.
It's different.
But thank you, Uncle Leroy. That is totally different because instead of jumping into grabbing control and getting into, making these assumptions and judgments and think of that more, and that's coming from a space of, oh, she's gonna do me wrong or something like, or that person is gonna,
There you go, man.
So instead of getting into that energy, you chose to jump into the energy of God, of surrender and asking, okay, God.
Man, you never lose with God.
Because that is the truth, you know what I mean? And moving through, and you understand that.
Yeah,
so I appreciate you for being obedient to your intuition.
I have to,
and not ignoring that and getting too much in the in the world and in the egotistical view.
I say space cadet, become a space cadet. A space cadet, really? No, you see, people. You watch what they do, not what they tell you. Never go wrong, man. Watch for the people that you're around, what they're doing, the actual physical things that they're doing, not what they're telling you.
I see.
And you never go wrong. See?
Mm-hmm.
But see, what they're doing is who they really are. What they're telling a total different person, man. Mm. Like Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde. See? And the basic stuff, man, will always keep you ahead of them. God and family. Never go wrong, man. Take time in the morning. Man, I had to do this, man. Hey, y'all, we're gonna pray. Come here. Get down, let's pray. You watch how your day goes better. Like a time machine, man. It's just everything back up in time for you. See? Whenever you pray, don't worry about being there late. God's always on time, period. See? That takes a faith.
That's exactly what
you have.
That's exactly what happened this rising, though. That's what I did. And then I said, I took the time to connect and release and do what I need to do. And come on God's time, and I get perfect timing.
See, God's time never go wrong. See, it's different.
Timing,
it's different because God is real, man. See, you know that we can't touch God, we can't see Him, we can't taste Him. It's our faith. That's what it is, man. Faith, something that we can't see it, we can't touch it, we can't taste it. It's our belief.
But we could feel it.
That's right, man. See, it's our belief, and He's there. I mean, look at all the times from the day after the day we met.
Mm-hmm.
What did God do to you December the 1st, 2019? Put you in a castle. A castle on a Friday. Put you in a castle. I'm going, damn. I'm looking around, right? Come on inside. I'm looking around. Wow, man.
It was November, I believe.
No, December the 1st.
It was November.
November the 1st?
It was November the 1st. Because...
Right, that's right. November the 1st. On a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Right, a Friday. That's right, a Friday, man. Because I remember, come on inside. I'm looking inside going, this is your house? Yeah. I'm going, damn. I'm looking at the ceiling, at the cabinetry, all the glass. I mean, real glass, man. All the way around. I'm going, you live here? He said, yeah. I said, that's real glass. All around, real glass. You have a fan in the kitchen with the light. Then you have another fan in the other room.
Okay, Uncle Leroy, don't tell everybody what my house looking like now, so they can
your house
so they can
is
project.
Fabulous, man. Okay.
I'm just kidding, y'all.
You know, I mean, when you move there,
so they gonna visualize. They gonna take all what you. They're gonna visualize and astral out, project in my house.
It's real.
And I don't want them to come in my house.
Listen, it's real. See, when you move there, like one thing you said, Uncle Leroy, I'm not going to just move to any place.
Right.
This time, I'm going to stick it out what I need to move to.
Yes.
And he said, I said, really? Yes. What I need to move to, God make way for me. And he damn sure did, man.
Fast.
Because the other guy, you know, he said, well, he talks nice, but it's not what I need.
Right.
And man,
Uncle Leroy is explaining about I had the option to be able to choose between, well, actually, I was moving. And I had to move very quickly and find a place. And I didn't know where I was going to, didn't know where I was going to get a place at.
Right.
But I still kept the faith inside that I was going to find it. I was going to find a place of what I need for the children and I. And so then I had different options. And there was this one option where he was going, it was nice. And he was nice. And it was very clear that he was going to give me the apartment. I could have took it if I wanted it, right? So it's about like, basically you'll get the whole story, but I could have taken it if I wanted it. But then, as soon, because there was like he didn't have a parking space for me, and he said that he might be able to give it to me, but then I was like, well, might is not good enough for me. I need a solid yes or no.
Right.
So, like, am I gonna have this space or not? So then that way I can make the decision of if I want to be here or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Based on my needs, to honor my needs. So I chose to honor my needs, though. And there was another place, because I chose to honor my needs where I'm like, no, I still need to keep looking. So I kept looking, and I found a place. And it was just what I needed. Right. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. It had a 2-car door garage.
Big backyard.
Backyard, front yard.
Front yard, man.
Upstairs, downstairs.
Right, man.
And so I was like, wow, this is a perfect space for me and my children to be able to grow and heal together here, right? And so the only thing was, though, they were having, like, at the place where I found where I wanted, they already had tenants there. They already had potential tenants, right? They already had people that were, coming by that they liked too. So then I came by, and they also liked me. They told me that they liked me, but they told me that they were in between me and another person.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, that's fine, I still have faith that what's gonna work out for me is gonna work out for me. And I was like, this is my place.
Right.
This is for me.
You claimed it, man.
I claimed it. I walked all around. I was like, this is for me.
Yeah.
I feel this to be true. Deep down, all the fibers of my being, this is for me and my children right now. And so the other guy, so they told me, like, okay, well, I'll give you a week. They said they'll call me back in a week. So I had to wait, but there's no guarantee that they were going to give me the place.
Right.
So for the place that I wanted and I really loved and I felt a resonance to, it wasn't a definite yes. It wasn't like, I wasn't sure if they were going to give me the place or not. The other place, it was definite. I know that I got the place. I could get the place. I could be there, but it's not everything that I need.
Right.
I am at that point, I am settling. And so I was like, I'm not going to settle. I cannot settle. Right. So I risked I risked losing everything.
Right.
For going after what I wanted and what I needed.
Right, what you need, right, exactly.
And I held that inside of me. I held that faith in knowing that this is for me.
Right.
Because this feels, looks, is for me.
Right.
And my children.
Right.
And so I held on to that faith. I let go, I surrendered.
Right.
And I wasn't in fear if I was going to lose anything or not. I just let go and I surrendered. And they called me back. They called me back. Well, at first before they called me, I had to tell the guy that I didn't want the play, that I couldn't take the place, and because he was trying to pressure me into making to closing, and I was trying to wait. I was trying to wait to see what they were gonna tell me, if they were going to give me the place first. And so I was in this limbo space, and okay, well, he's over here pressuring me, letting me know like, we gonna do this or what? And the other for the house of where I really, really, really want to be, they didn't. It wasn't a definite yes. Right. So I had to sacrifice and tell him, no, I found another place that's better for me. Right. You know, it has a 2-bedroom. I mean, it has a 2-car garage, what I need, and you don't have that for me. And so he was like, oh, and I was like, and you're not even telling me if it's a definite yes, if I can get the parking space or not. And then he was like, oh, well, yes, you can have the parking space. It's yours. And I was like, oh. You made it harder for me.
I remember that, man.
He made it harder for me. So I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Because it still don't feel right. It still wasn't feeling right. The place where it was, that place, it was nice, but it just felt like I would be living under a tunnel. It felt like everything was underground. It was dark. It wasn't open and bright where I'm at now. Right. The space where I'm at now. And so I was just like, it was even though like I can see that it's no brainer. This will be, I can have this. Right. And my soul and my heart was like, but this is not for me. Right. And I had to honor that. Yeah. I had to honor that feeling, that awareness, that inclination in my heart, that inclination in my heart that the divine put there. It's like I had to follow my heart and be true and honest with myself, because I did not want to just settle and be in settling energy anymore. For anything. You know why? Because I know my worth and I know what I deserve, and I know that I deserve to be in a space where it feels like home. Right. That's true. Where I can build a home at. And so I felt like I went the other place. It felt like it just would have been like settling in the apartment. There's nothing wrong with an apartment, but just settling in something smaller than the capacity of which can hold my capacity. Right. Right. I need a bigger container. Right. For my energy, for the big energy that I'm cultivating in that space. Right. So I had to honor that and tell him no. And it felt really crazy, because it kind of felt like I was like breaking up with him. It was like, it felt like I was breaking up with him in a way, because he was like, well, why don't you want this? Why don't you want this place? When I told him like, well, no, I found this other place. I told him like, well, no, I found this other place and it's better for me and my family. Right. This fits our needs and checks off all our boxes. We can be able to build a stable home here. Right. We can begin here. And so he understood that. Right. And I was brave enough to speak that. Right. And say how I felt, even though I could have, like I had to speak and say how I felt, even if it was going to hurt somebody else's feelings. Right. I still have to speak and do what's best for me. That's true. And so, and I have to be okay with that and know that I deserve to do that for myself. I deserve to make the best choices and decisions for myself. And that's fair. Yeah. And so basically this story, I hope you guys get something from this. I'm sure you will. It will resonate. But basically, this is me just expressing that in each phase and stage of our lives, we're walking through the unknown.
Right.
And the only way that we really stay connected to our purpose and what we're supposed to be doing and not getting caught up in the darkness of the world is by staying connected to God, staying connected to what God is telling us, and following that nudge, that calling inside of our spirit and our soul.
That's true.
That's guiding us and telling us. Uncle Leroy, you followed that nudge and that spirit that was telling you, like, okay, I'm gonna pray for this is what's going on. And that's exactly what was going on.
Yeah, that's true.
And that creates harmony.
Right.
You know what I mean? That that connection. That's a harmonious connection, because we are connected. We're asking for guidance from God first before we make our moves, and then it's always leading us to where we need to be around the people that's there to cultivate that safe space for you too.
Right.
That's true. And so it's a blessing. I appreciate you, Uncle Leroy, for sharing space.
You're on the right track, man. You know, it takes time.
Yeah.
You know, it takes time and patience, but main thing is God.
Yeah.
See, you let God be your bulldozer and snowplow, he'll make way for you. Always. No matter how bad I may look at it, come on, man, just follow me, and it works.
Yeah.
We
just have to be brave enough and courageous enough to take God, to take God's hand,
Exactly.
God, the divine, the Creator.
Really, it's us. We
gotta trust in ourselves.
First, you gotta trust in God.
Well, we gotta trust in ourselves. We gotta trust in God, but we gotta trust. You're right. We gotta trust. What I was saying, like, because you already established God. So God is established, and God is saying, "Come on." But if I don't trust in myself to listen, if I don't trust that I can do it, if I don't have the confidence in or if I don't trust that I can do it, then
do the opposite.
Say it again.
Do the opposite first. You trust in God, and He said, "Come on."
Yeah,
that Him put it in you.
Yeah.
We are human and imperfect.
Right.
God is perfect.
Well, what I was saying.
To do the opposite.
No, I agree. I understand what you're saying. I'm trying to. I'm expressing it in a way of my personal experience of where, like, I would get in my own way and sabotage that when God would show me the way.
Exactly.
And so.
Exactly.
And so I had to build the trust in myself, knowing that, that's basically like discernment, like trusting the messages that God showed me. Like, so when God showed me the message, it's a connection, it's a relationship. I have to do my part in a relationship. It's a two-way, it's a give and receive,
Okay.
And so in the relationship, when God telling me I have to receive, if I don't receive.
See, He shows you how to receive. See, you can show it to Him first.
No.
See, look.
But I have to accept it, is what I'm saying.
But He will show you how to do that too. Always. See, let Him drive your car.
I understand.
That way, you make the right turns, left turns.
Mm-hmm.
You see, by you doing it your way first, that's going through the back door.
Yeah.
See, God, He been telling you, look, let me lead you. Get my hand. I'll give you everything you need. He's been doing that. But it's our own nature to try and do it our way first. And I went through that, man, like, woo, boy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that we have to make the choice to surrender and say, okay, God, yes. That's our duty and our job, that God can't even make us do that.
No.
We have to, and that's our part.
He can show you.
Of course, but God can show you so much.
How to say why you should do this.
But we have to choose.
You're right.
God can show you so much things. God can give you so many people, so many blessings, showing you everything.
Exactly.
But if you don't choose yourself to participate in the relationship,
then
it moves nowhere.
Nowhere. Absolutely.
Your life moves nowhere.
Around and around and around and around and around, man. You're right.
Yeah, those karmic cycles. So
it's right, man. It's our free choice. Yes, I do. No, I won't.
And that's what I was more so addressing when I'm saying it takes that
Yeah,
both partnership.
You're right.
Your most important partnership you ever have in life is with the divine. Is with God.
That's very true.
You know?
Very true, man. You know,
because then everything else will
follow behind that.
Exactly. And in the grace. In grace, and it'll be protected, divinely protected. It's like a covenant. They call it covenant because I'm covered with God. Yeah. I'm covered with protection of the Spirit.
It's just like that, man. You know, we have to, as you said, choose, yes, I will, no, I won't. And once we say, yes, I will, man, it's like, ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of times, you know, we're stubborn. Why we even know why we're stubborn?
Say it again.
In most cases, we're stubborn. And why we're stubborn, we don't even know why we're being so stubborn.
Yeah.
It's our nature to be stubborn, man. Yeah. But then, you know, we get spiritually, we get physically hurt. Oh, God, you didn't help me. You didn't choose to ask God to help you then. He was showing me things. I kept saying, nah, I do it my way. See, it's reality, man. See?
Yeah.
How God gets everybody's attention? Their money. Their money. Man, if you want to get somebody's attention, man, stop their money. Then they'll talk to you. Really, I mean, it always works. You stop their money, man, that they're quoting for, hey, man, what's up with that? Anything else? They ignore you. They just say, I'll call you. They ain't gonna call. Because they got the money, you know, and they got a party. You stop that person's income, man. They be crying. Oh, God help me. Oh, God help me. Oh, God help me. I'm just plain grateful to be alive, man. Believe it. One day at a time, you know. I got up early. I love being up early at 4 or 5, man, on the balcony. You know, just sitting there talking to myself. Talking to myself on the balcony. Mm-hmm. You know, talking to myself, you know. And then I watched the sunrise. Oh my, that's beautiful. Sunrise, this big. You see how it looks like a curtain lifting up. It's dark. Then you see a little light, man. Little light. Oh man, peaceful. Sunrise is like a brand new day. You know, something that simple. I enjoy watching it. Sunrise. You know, it's like...
That's feeding your spirit.
Sure. See, and I appreciate little things in life, man. I like little things in life.
And the cells in your body.
You know? So I'm grateful that, you know, that you came and God showed me that you're having some obstacles. He said, be patient, man. She'll be here. Really. See, it's just that simple. But it took me a long time to get that kind of understanding about myself first.
And faith.
Yeah,
and faith in faith in the awareness that you are decoding the information correctly.
Yes.
That's faith in that's faith in trusting yourself. That's what I'm addressing.
Yes, that's very important.
Because there's so many messages, so many things that can come through to us.
Exactly.
Right? But how do we decipher what's coming from God? What's the highest?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So we appreciate you guys for tuning in, tapping in into this sacred space today. We started off talking about, Uncle Leroy was talking about how in engaging in any type of relationship, it's very important to distinguish.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What is this? We are co-creators of our lives.
Yeah.
So we are responsible with any type of coming in, any type of contract or any type of agreement or any type of interaction with any other beings. Right. It's very important to both understand, what are you guys doing?
Exactly, man. What's our purpose?
Because we are the ones that are we're navigating through our lives, you know, and it's important to have clarity and no confusion. So when you meet with anybody and you're coming, even in your lives, if you don't have clarity in who you are, what you want to do, then it's important to retreat from engaging with others in an intimate way until you've intimately engaged with yourself to understand that, or I'm ready to engage with another in this way to where I can present exactly who I am, what I want, with confidence, and not feel any type of way if others don't see the same thing, but you honor your worth and your value and what you have to bring and who you are. And so you have no problem directly speaking about that and directly stating that and telling that to another being.
That's true.
Within your sovereign being. So always stay true to who you are. Continue to explore who you are each and every day and each moment. And so then that way when you come involved with another being and you want to have true, conscious, like soul relationships with people that are in depth and share spirit, you know, share the spirit of God, and wellness and uplifting and peace.
It's different.
It's different. It's a certain level of yourself that you have to bring to the table of acceptance, you know, an acceptance of yourself, and this is what I have to offer, you know, and you know, this is who I am, and then you engage from there. The person lets you know who they are, and then that way there's clarity. There is clarity in the playing field now. And there can be peace. There is no misunderstanding. So work each and every day and understand this is what I'm doing, working each and every day and better sitting with myself to hold that space for God to pour into me, to let me know who I am.
Takes time.
What I need.
A lot of time, man. It's a lot of time.
A lot of time and soul searching. You know, separation. Isolation. But isolation to be able to sit. I mean, isolation with the intention to really sit with God and get and harmonize and really come back to center and understanding and really surrendering to receive. And I feel like those are the most important times that we that we give ourselves, that we share with ourselves, that we develop this relationship with ourselves here in this life. And then it's so special to be able to have all of that and share it with another being who also holds that dear to them, and they've been, you know, they're also able to hold that space. So continue to develop who you are, developing the awareness of, you know, being okay with expressing yourself exactly who you are. So much love to you all. Venus Sublime, y'all. Uncle Leroy.
Yes, have a good day.
Peace.
Y'all have a happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
What's today?
Taco Tuesday.
Taco
Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday.
Yep.
I love y'all for real.
That was nice though, man.
Peace.
You know, that's how